guys.
Jackie, are you doing the full 10-minute warm-up?
7 years bad
A little
luck.
superstitious. All right, you guys, let's get on the court.
Well, no, it's all players.
I think the longest thing is to get into a chair, so I would do that.
All right, let's take a picture. All right, and I'd like you over.
Gary's like, I just warmed up and I'm going to take a break.
Which is our side? Is this your side?
Yeah.
Roxy, faz uma pega.
Roxy, say you're hot and you added a layer?
And then 2 minutes in between. Oh, you guys got to choose sides. Right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
we have like a run. We have one here, man. Got it?
Behind you over there.
So the warm-up is on you guys as much as you guys need. When you guys start to serve, when you switch to serve, I'll announce you, and then we'll get going, and then 2 minutes in between sets, right, for commercial.
They've done it again. Johanna Runt and Stephen Mitchell are the APTA national champions for the second year in a row.
There you have it, your women's APTA national champions, Florentina Harnish and Anna Maria Sabori. Hello and welcome to the APTA Tour. We are live from the Huntington Country Club in Huntington, New York, bringing you the 2022 APTA National Championships, sponsored by the APTA membership, the APTA national sponsors Viking and Paddle Pro, and local sponsors Joe Quintillion and Distributed Capital Partners, Signature Premier Properties, Diodario and Company. I'm Jerry Viant, along with Bobo Delaney, bringing you the women's semi-final between the number 3 seeds Roxy Anika and Gabby Nicolescu against the number 2 seeds Kerry Delmonico and Lauren Gebbia. Bobo, welcome to the booth. It's very, very excited to have you here with your years of knowledge, experience on the tour, Hall of Famer. Would you like to introduce the players, point them out, and we'll go through their strengths and weaknesses and what we think the strategies are going to be?
Okay, thank you, Jerry. I'm so happy to be here. We got a great day, and on the screen, the team closest to the monitor is in the deuce court on the right side. We have Lauren Gebbia, and she is the director of tennis at the Paramount Country Club in New York and a teaching paddle pro at Brookside Club in New Jersey. And Kerry Delmonico.
Hang on, we're just going to let Mike Yachimsky introduce the players.
Okay, perfect.
Tie race. To my left, in the deuce court from Cross Cobb, Connecticut, Roxy Anika. Her partner in the ad side from Norwalk, Connecticut, Gabby Nicolescu. To my right, on the deuce side from Summit, New Jersey, Kerry Delmonico. Her partner on the ad side from Nanuet, New York, Lauren Gebbia. Anika Nicolescu won the spin and they elected to receive.
All right, Mike's actually heading up the whole APTA umpires for all the regions. He's doing a fabulous job. Mike's out of the Indian Trail Club in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. You know, go ahead, Bobo. We had to interrupt you there. Where were you?
Okay, well, I'm going to start that again, introducing the players. We have in the deuce court is actually going to be Kerry Delmonico, and she is an APTA Women's National Champion. She won in 2005 with Isla Maine, and she is playing with Lauren Gebbia, who is in the ad side, the left side. And Gebbia is the director of tennis at Paramount Country Club in New York, and she's a teaching paddle pro at the Brookside Club in New Jersey. And on the far side, we have in the deuce court, the left side, is Roxy Anika, and she is a Childress Cup winner, and she won in 2016. She won in 2016 and 2017 with Liz Cruz. Anika is the director of rackets at the Orienta Beach Club in New York, and she is paired up with Gabriella Nicolescu, who is in the ad side on the right side, and she's in the mint green shirt. And Nicolescu is a 3-time APTA Women's National Champion. She won in 2016 with Martina.
All right, Kerry Delmonico is serving. Okay, and we will get to the draw once we get into this match, but Delmonico Gebbia had a 3-set battle in the quarterfinals against Morgan Sikora earlier today.
Yeah, that was an amazing match.
And in the other quarterfinals, Anika Nicolescu took out Macy Elliott and Marcella Rodesno 6-1, 6-4 in just a display of power and spin.
15-30.
And that's what Gabby and Delmonico are going to have to come up with a game plan to handle that kind of explosiveness, because both Nicolescu and Anika are hitting their returner serves huge off the deck. So they've got to get, Delmonico and Gabby have got to be willing to give up the net or volley really well. And if they're going to give up the net, they've got to chase down a lot of balls. So they have their hands full. They're going to have to execute a very clear game plan.
The first set, 1 game to love.
Yeah, it's a very warm day here, and the power that Nicolescu and Anika bring to the court is amazing. And you're right, it's going to be a lot of running and good volleys and dealing with a lot of spin and pace. I think they'll have a game plan, but we'll soon see.
Yeah, well, off the returner serve, you can't give Anika and Nicolescu targets. You've got to take away, you've got to change the look, you've got to take away the target, be willing to give up the net, let those balls go through. Delmonico's playing the deuce side. Gabby is on the ad side, but you will see them switch up. They're equally comfortable playing both sides, and you'll see them switch during a point. We might see them switch sides at the end of the set to receive from.
Yeah, they do mix it up a lot, and I think that's very beneficial for them. I think they're going to see how it goes.
15 all.
You're right. They are going to have to give up the net a fair amount of times and mix it up with different formations when they're serving.
We saw that play. Reminded me of the early days with Durant Parsons, when Parsons used to hit that big roll overhead into the nick on the deuce side, and the deuce court player would chase it down and be so tempted to drive it back, but then Durant just volleyed it back into the open court. That's what we saw earlier today with Anika Nicolescu setting up that play time and time again. You can't fall for it. You've got to chase it down. If there's a gap, you can take the swing, or you've just got to lob it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if they hit one shot, hit shot A to get shot B, and they have to mix it up so that they're not getting strung out. And they have to communicate so that if you are out of position, that Gebbia can pick up the pieces. I think right now everybody's getting a little bit loose. They're a little tight.
Yeah.
I think everybody's just getting their feet wet, and they're not quite fluid, I think, right now, all of them.
That's what I say. I always say 4 games, and then we'll talk tactics. Everybody's heart rate.
Yep.
So Gebbia has gone to the underhand serve as well.
Yep.
And it's not that easy to make a switch, right?
It's
Mid-career.
not easy. I think she's found it now quite comfortable. She's used to it, and it doesn't mix it up too much. I think she's got confidence in getting it in and figuring out a way to get to the net or stay back.
I was just going to ask you, because I know you watched a little bit of their quarterfinal match, so she was serving the whole time underarm?
Yes.
And
Yep.
good?
Yeah,
consistent?
she was very consistent, yeah. I mean, sometimes it was strikeable, but she wasn't faulting, and, they played a solid match together, and they were quite aggressive. But, right now I think everybody's just getting loose and trying to get used to the ball and the opponents.
And the purpose behind serving underarm, Bobo?
Well, I mean, one, I think it's keeping the ball low, so you have to get the opponent down to hit that ground stroke, which can be very effective on a cold day. A lot of people like a high bouncing ball to strike. Other people like a low ball bouncing to strike, so it depends on your opponent. Some of it's your own confidence of serving and getting it in, or serving and staying back.
Oh,
Oh, there we
that's
go.
the shot Gebbia wants.
Yes, and she took that on the right hip, Gabriella Nicolescu, and caught her off her right hip, which we always talk about with that backhand volley. That's a tough place to hit it, to volley from, because you want a forehand, and you're looking for the backhand, and they try to force you to make a forehand.
And that's their strength as a team. Is Delmonico is the playmaker. You know, she can hurt you, but her variety and dinking, but her understanding of setting up Gebbia, trying to get Gebbia anything short on the court that she can step in and attack. So they'll be feeling more comfortable. They're on the scoreboard, and Gebbia got to strike.
Yes. Now you can see that Roxy's, Anika's serve underhand is different than Gebbia's. She hits more of a topspin roller underhand serve. And I believe Gebbia's is more of a slice.
It's a bit of push.
Yeah, different styles.
And you can see how effective the serve was from Anika, because Gebbia couldn't step in and really crack it like
Yeah.
if the ball was
Yeah,
higher.
it's like a topspin drive. It comes with topspin and kind of hops up a bit. And she's still able to get in and get settled for that first volley.
Delmonico is just testing the teamwork and positioning of Anika Nicolescu, and it's like textbook classic. They've shut down those 2/3. They've got their backhand volleys set as a wall, and it's basically what else you got, and then Delmonico hit it long.
Yep, and they kept that volley, those volleys back at Delmonico. They wanted to see her keep hitting the ball. They didn't want to switch it over to Gebbia, which was smart.
Yeah, you don't want to put yourself in a chase with Gebbia looking to strike.
So you can see now they're working Delmonico in the deuce court. Delmonico has the orange hat on. That was quick.
Yep. We saw a little bit of that indecisiveness at net, just a titch, because both Anika and Nicolescu want the ball. They both want to hit the spin overheads and the cut shots, and like there they hadn't quite shifted, and the opening was right there in the middle, and it was a hesitation.
Yep.
And I think Captain Carey, who loves the whole strategy, has an understanding of these little things, and it's really executing their game plan, recognizing it and being able to execute it and then sticking with it. And that's her strength.
Yep, she's a master at dissecting the opponents.
There's the play again.
Yep, so you can see them, they've got them on the chase now with the overpowering rollers. And with the temperatures being so warm, the ball comes out so far. And they're doing a good job of getting it back. And like you said, then they get out of position, and then it's just chase. This is a fantastic point. Oh. Everybody's got to stay patient.
That's it.
That was a good scramble point.
The longer the point goes on, the more chances Delmonico Gebbia will have. Two all, first set. And that's the risk that you take when you're hitting that hard ball that high into the back screen. Delmonico will find the hole, so you have to be able to close the net and close the areas off when you take that chance.
Yeah, that's set up high, right on Delmonico's forehand.
30 low.
She's going to feel comfortable putting that in a tough position.
And so right now they're exposing the court positioning of Anika and Nicolescu.
Yeah, I feel like Nicolescu and Anika have to be willing to play very long points. They love the power, the spin, all the different skillful shots. And if Gebbia and Delmonico keep staying in the points long enough, it can be frustrating. And then they could press at the wrong time.
40-15.
I've seen more unforced errors off of Anika and Nicolescu in these 5 games than the whole previous match.
Yeah, I think it's, everyone's still a little tight, and until you really start sweating and really get moving, get the blood flow going, I feel people then start to settle in and get a little more confident. But again, it's super warm, and if you're a little bit tight, the ball's just going to go. It's going to go out easily.
And also each match has different challenges, and each opponent has different strengths and weaknesses, and that's what the task at hand is for both these teams. It's the first time they're seeing each other together. Delmonico played Philadelphia with Annika Cooper, and lost to these guys, but she's never played them with Gebbia.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you definitely, a lot of people have a lot of matches under their belt against the same opponents, but if you haven't played this team, then, it takes a while. Get settled in. This is a new partnership, though, Nicolescu and Anika.
Yeah.
Right, this year.
Yeah, they've played 3 tournaments together. Made it to the finals of Boston and the quarters of Short Hills both times, losing to the number 1 seeds Harnish and Sabori. And the last tournament they played together was a few weeks ago. Last stop on the APTA Tour on the East Coast in Philly, and Nicolescu and Anika won that over Curtis and Ondrekova, 3-3. And that's, again, it's a high percentage shot for Delmonico to take. She's aiming between the players. And Anika needs to be set and quiet. She was still moving when she went to hit that volley, so it's a reaching error.
Yep, they needed to shift a little farther to the left, like cover the spot. And I think you're right, that was Anika's ball, and they both need to shift and settle and let it come to them. But they are giving Delmonico that shot maybe too many times. I find the communication with Gebbia and Delmonico has improved greatly. They're calling every single ball, and they're shifting. They seem quite in sync with their partnership this year. I feel like it's really helped their game.
As we know, that's the key, right? The glue's got to be there. That communication becomes the third person on the court.
That is so correct. you play these long points and they go, 40 hits and longer. You don't want that 41st point to be an error because there was hesitation.
And I think that's where, you hit on something, I think that's where Delmonico Gebbia have the advantage. They've been playing together for so long, and Anika and Nicolescu haven't. And they also both want the ball.
Yes.
They're both after the same role, whereas Delmonico clearly understands her role is to set Gebbia up, and it's clearly defined. So it'll be interesting if Gebbia and Delmonico can expose their teamwork.
Yeah, there was a powerful shot that was tough to catch up to. But she's been making them.
But you know what? If I was Delmonico, I'd be doing the same thing. I wouldn't have anything on that court because that's going to be in her mind that she's chasing these balls down. She doesn't want to be thinking about stepping on a water bottle or getting your foot caught up in that towel.
Yeah, that's one thing about this sport is that you use every nook and cranny on the court, and you have to have room because we know you can hit the ball around the pole, off the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So you need that freedom, and you don't want your eyes looking at something.
Yep. And they'd be looking to expose Delmonico's foot speed.
Yes.
She's doing a good job with staying with it so far. Here we go again.
Yeah, that's Nicolescu's specialty.
You cannot hit anything that she can step, either of them, Anika or Nicolescu, that they can step into the service box and hit a swinging overhead. Got to get them out of the service box to have a chance with a lob.
Yeah. It's warm and the volleys are going to pop. Just got to settle, stay super low, cushion that volley.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't afford the paddle head to get below your hand.
All right, so that's a break.
They lead the first set 4-2.
Yep, a little bit of frustration.
Yes, and I think, as you were saying before about the partnership, I mean, having good body language and keeping your cool is so important in this sport. You have to kind of, what I always say, weather the storm. You're going to have momentum swings, but you have to stay focused and encouraging with your partner and yourself.
Yeah.
It's a long battle.
Oh.
There. That's the power you were talking about.
And that's the kind of points they want to play. They want to play the, three strikes you're out point. So Delmonico Gebbia need to stay in these points longer and see if they can expose the weakness in the teamwork, not in the strokes.
That was a really good lob, and it's hard when you're getting that much power and spin to lob effectively every time. But they got a good lob, and that got them off the net, Anika and Nicolescu.
Good spot drive there. Found Delmonico's right hip.
Yeah.
Again, anything below the level of the net, and you have to volley up. It's in this temperature is really hard to control. You've got to get right on top of the net.
Yeah, and if you're not close enough to the net, you have to at least get really low to absorb it.
Okay, got a report from the other women's semi-final. Harnish Zabori are up 4-3 in the first set over Gio Williamson. Gio Williamson. So listen, this is I think this is the first time a team from PA is through to the semi-finals of the nationals on the women's side. Can you think of any other women's team?
I don't think so.
In our long history in the sport, Bobo, how many?
I don't think two together.
Right.
Yeah, I cannot think of one. This is a really good point here.
Smart
Lots of
play.
athleticism.
Yep, smart play by Delmonico. Throw that lob up, reset the point.
Yep, Gabby was getting a little excited there. She went big and didn't stay down on that shot. I feel like Nicolescu, she's really wanting to hit that roller as hard as she can to make it pop out so far that it's almost impossible to catch up with.
You can feel it, Bobo. We can feel it up here in the booth.
Yeah.
Sometimes her feet come off the ground.
Yeah, and you just don't. Sometimes it can go out of the court or back over the net. They want to be at the. If they can stay at the net somehow, or get to the net, Gebbia and Delmonico, that's a better spot for them.
30.
Yep.
40.
Nice
Gebbia,
return by Gebbia, down low at her feet.
Yep, she had a little dipper, and Anika didn't get in all the way quick enough and low enough. Here it comes.
And when it's coming at you that hard and that fast, you have to get out of your own way first. And if you guess wrong, you're then miles away from where you're chasing.
Yeah, you have to get skinny quickly so it can go by you and then chase it down to the net.
Get skinny quickly. Good, I like that. Yeah.
It's hard to steer the lobs, but if they can have maybe Anika hitting a few more overheads, even though her overhead is amazing too. Right now, Nicolescu is feeling a lot of confidence with these shorter lobs. So I feel like when they can, they need to hit more lobs to Anika just to change it up if they can. They are trying to keep the ball low too, so they don't have to lob too many times, but obviously you can't drive every ball.
Good pressure.
Yeah.
Good pressure from both of them. Anika's serve was a little short. Look where Gabby is standing, keeping the pressure on the server.
In the earlier match, Delmonico was hitting her return of serve really well. She didn't miss many. She was going after it hard and didn't miss many returns. But again, it's a different serve, different type of style. But low ball versus a high ball.
Yeah, Gabby's got that nice little slice overhead that she hits into the deuce side back. Sometimes back sides, very effective.
Yeah, that ball dropped low. I don't even think it made it to the side screen.
Huge point of the match here, Bobo. See, then the net positioning there with Anika and Nicolescu's, it's got to be tighter. It's got to be more definite.
Yep.
Because they will, Delmonico Gebbia will find those holes, and then it's the hesitation.
Yes, they got to play closer together, shift a little more. But in that point, if you noticed, Delmonico and Gebbia hit more of the balls to Anika's side.
Yeah, I think that was the game plan, was to test Anika, get Anika as good as she is, but just test and see what she's going to come up with.
Yeah, I mean, they both have amazing.
Yeah, that was a big game.
Yeah.
Tied up at 4-all. Delmonico
this
and
is a
Gebbia are serving for the first set. 5-3.
That was a great forehand by Anika. Again, right there, Delmonico just need to get a little lower. Get the center of gravity down on those volleys. It's another smart play. She's staying back on the return there.
Taking away the target.
Yep. Sometimes you almost have to start running before she even hits it, because you know she's going to hit that. You just take a leap of faith, like I'm just going to start running.
Yeah, it's a lot of scrambling. But you got to try to negate it. The only way out of it is just to lob deep and high. Just got the ball that she wanted, that short down up.
Yep, they hit that overhead right in Nicolescu's sweet spot. I like the idea of blitzing. It's risky, but I like the idea of putting that pressure on the server.
Nicolescu always wants to move forward. She's always looking.
It's a tight game, and then when the nerves come up, and you just got to relax and breathe and try to get that serve in there and get up there or stay back. This is where it gets tight. 5-4, 4 serving 5.
Yeah, so I think Delmonico Gebbia have done a good job of weathering the storm, handling the speed, the power, the spins, and they've able to expose a little bit of the weakness in the teamwork and got some unforced errors.
Yeah, and I think if you keep it close, it's a close set, and that's, you know, it's not as easy to pull all the special shots out. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of tightness.
Patty, Bobo, you're making me nervous with all the tightness. I just got a score. Oh, yep. Harnish Sabori got the first set, 6-3 over Gio Williamson. That's the other women's semi-final happening here. And we will have the women's final tomorrow at 11 a.m. There's a lot of tenacity on both ad sides, returner serve. Gebbia can hit off of both wings. Feel a little bit of a momentum shift right here.
Yep. Nicolescu's, she's winding up. And I'm wondering if Gebbia and Delmonico should try a switch in the backcourt, just for a different look at one of these points. Because Nicolescu's been hitting the same roller at the same spot.
Ooh, nice forehand by Anika. Oh, clutch volley.
You're dealing with so much spin and on these drives off the deck, and you're trying to steer the volley away from, you know, the tough spots. And so oftentimes you take your eye off the ball, or you try to steer it too much, and then you steer it wide. All right, so that was an Anika overhead.
Team Anika Nicolescu, the first set is tied 5-all.
All right, you got to grind.
All right, Lauren Gebbia is serving. Oh, God.
All right, now we got the other Anika's overheads to contend with. That was a great shot.
Great shot because it was deep in the court. It hit low on the back screen and died on the side screen. It had no chance. Better close up. Unbelievable hands by Anika.
That was amazing. She was ripping it, Gebbia, and she held her ground. Anika made some great volleys there. No fear. Build the wall, as they say.
Yep. What else you got?
Build the wall, move the wall with the ball.
Gibby's rushing. I always
Yep.
say fast feet, slow hands. She was there in plenty of time. She just rushed the swing.
That game went too fast. The momentum, you can see the momentum swinging. But this is where it's, you know, 5-5, 5-4, now 5-6. I mean, it's easy to have happen to have a quick service game like that. But they came up with some big shots.
Yep, it's those quick strike points.
So it's Anika to serve, correct?
Yes, and you can see her taking a practice swing into the back screen.
Delmonico and Gebbia, they want to regroup here. Everybody's got to keep their feet moving. Stay light on your feet.
Monaco testing some probing drives. I think he came up. Again, testing that teamwork through the middle. And the counter to that is to volley the ball back straight, deep, and slow.
Yep. They kept it in Delmonico's sides. They didn't have to shift.
Yep. Put themselves into a chase and risk putting it on the paddle of Gebbia. It's all Anika Nicolescu.
So Gebbia went in on a blitz there, and I think Nicolescu picked it off, so that wasn't a perfect move.
Brings us to the first set. 7-5, hotly contested earlier on. Just those last two games when they fought hard and got it back to 5-all. And you could feel the momentum, like you said, Bobo. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on the APTA YouTube channel for the second set of the women's semi-finals.
Done. Great job. Hey, good stuff to you.
Patty, good job.
Yeah, a lot of fun. You guys look great out there. How long have you been playing?
Who, me? Oh, I've been playing my whole life. How about you?
Wow, I only started playing when I retired.
Someone say retired?
Looking good out there, Eli.
Thank you.
Give them another 30 seconds or so.
All right, and we're back to the start of the second set. Anika Nicolescu, it was really, tight, neck and neck there, Bobo, as we were saying, till we got to 5-all. And
yeah, I feel like Nicolescu and Anika stepped up their game in the last 2-3 games. They started volleying, and they didn't give a lot of loose and forced errors.
all right, Cara Delmonico serving.
Is that a football?
I don't think so. I think it was.
I think he just called a football, no?
All right, Delmonico, Gebbia need to regroup. It's a quick last 2 games.
Delmonico and Gebbia, it looks like their strategy is to play more Nicolescu in the ad court in the mint green.
30-40.
Seems like they've been working that corner, and
Okay, break point opportunity.
that was a great get. Anika just got out of that corner. They were working Nicolescu, and they switched it quickly over to Anika, and she made a great get out of the corner, and the point went the other way.
Just the variety of their overheads is their weapon. Anika Nicolescu. All right, now we've seen what we've seen here is a switch in the backcourt, and now Gebbia is returning from the deuce side. They've changed the look and put Delmonico over to the ad side.
I think that's a smart strategy. They had a good set, but a different look could help them.
Yeah, give your opponent something different to look at. They have to think about something different. Where their safe shot is going to change based on their opponent's strengths and weaknesses.
If you watch Nicolescu, the last 2 first volleys she's made, she is so low. Her rear end is almost touching the court. It's amazing how low she gets, and she makes those volleys look easy.
Serious knee bending.
The spins and the pace and the variety from Niculescu and Anika is tough.
Yeah, you've got to look for the ways to make them uncomfortable, take them out of their strengths and expose their weaknesses.
That's not easy to do when they're hitting those types of overheads over and over.
It's a killer, right?
Yeah.
Nice serve by Niculescu, deep down the tee. She's still going after Delmonico. And it's a little bit of a you can run, but you can't hide. I'm going to find you. Their game plan is to hit those rollers.
Those are some great gets, but it gets shorter and shorter, those lobs, because you're just barely getting them, and then they just keep hitting them. It's tough. I think Delmonico there's got to dig them out and regroup as fast as she can.
And it's tough sometimes to get this low ball in the serve. You've really got to change your swing because Anika wants to hit that returner serve and the ball's too low. Gabby's staying back. You really just want to get the ball over the net and get yourself into the net.
Yeah, a little leg cord there.
And then it's about the discipline of when am I going to drive it or should I throw up another lob? And I just feel that if Delmonico and Gabby can get into longer points, long points, they have a better chance. And anything fast and quick, short exchanges is all how Anika Niculescu want to play. It's a little bit like mini tennis.
Yep. I feel like, yeah, the momentum is Anika and Niculescu they're feeling confident. They're having a good body language, and they're on a big momentum swing right now. I think Gebbia and Delmonico need to slow it down a little bit and regroup. They're making some loose errors.
That's three quick games.
Yeah. In this sport, a lot of times things goes your way, and then all of a sudden it can change. So you have to keep that mentality of, we can get this back, we can slow this down. We've got to regroup to keep fighting, like you said, make the points last longer. So right now, Anika and Niculescu are feeling quite confident, and points are going the way they'd like it to go.
Again, it's the hesitation because of the teamwork. They both want the ball.
Yep, and that point, both Delmonico and Gebbia were hitting the ball to the middle on purpose, quite consecutively, for that very reason. Keep the angles, less angles, and get hopefully the opponent confused.
And that was the right play for Delmonico to go early. She needed to call it and Gebbia to go early, and Delmonico just shift out of the way. Just
Yep.
wasn't going to be able to find it and then catch up with it. Gebbia took off.
Yeah, they're pressing. You can see Delmonico's pressing a little bit. Again, these temperatures are so warm that it plays into that hard roller overhead that just jumps out so far. That was an interesting serve. Did that hit the net or go through the net?
Well, I thought it hit the net.
It looked like it hit the net and curved on the line, the center line. But then they're saying it might have went through. She found the hole. Is that what they're saying? Found the hole in the net? Sneaky serve. You see how quick Gebbia had to get out of the way of that ball. It almost hit her hair.
Yeah. First, don't get hit. Number one priority. Then second, go in the direction that the ball is. You want to keep that ball between you and the net so that you can have a clue where your opponents are on the court.
Yeah, it's a couple loose errors here and there with those deck balls.
All right. And Nika Nicolescu in a commanding position, up 4-love in the second set, having won the first set,
Yeah,
7-5.
Yeah, this is a big game. They got to find a way to hold. Gebbia switched the play there over to Nika. It was a nice little point.
The pressure of Nicolescu coming in behind Anika's return.
You end up taking your eye off the ball, looking at the person blitzing, and it's challenging.
It's that reaching volley.
Yeah.
Gebbia needed to be over closer to Delmonico. Take
Yep.
that ball. Smart lob by Delmonico. Gebbia.
She's got to come back.
Yeah, Delmonico stood off the court and let her get the ball back in play. Took herself off as a target.
She got a great get off that little leg cord volley. And then she got plastered against the side wire and then got back. You have to keep recovering. Always have to feel like your partner's going to cover and there's a way to get back in the point. Nice wide serve, deep.
Nice little touch. Found the opening. Got Nicolescu off the net.
Yeah, she had a little dipper roller. That was a big
They're
game for them
on
to
the
get
board
on
in
the
the second
board.
set.
Strategy talking back there, Delmonico and
They're saying,
getting regrouped.
they're saying deep high lobs, longer points. Ah.
Yeah. Delmonico made sort of a kind of a soft forehand volley that set that up. And you see these ladies, they switch in the backcourt and they switch at the net. And for club players, it looks like it's a challenging thing, but it's actually a very good option when you're playing to have that fluidity of covering for each other and switching sides in the back or the net.
And they make it look easy because they practice it.
Yep,
They don't
yep.
just decide in this match to say, you know what, let's switch sides. Let's go over here. You've got to practice that stuff and drill that stuff so that you are clear on where to hit the ball, how you're going to switch, what the purpose of it is.
Yeah, they do make it look easy.
It's seamless.
Okay. Big point here.
Delmonico return a serve through the middle.
Okay.
Let's see Delmonico.
Nicolescu served that near the tee and went by Anika. If she can move a little to the middle and take that backhand volley or let it go. She let it go through. That was a nice return by Gebbia. Delmonico just moved in for the blitz and closed out that volley. Good pressure.
And the number one seeds are through to the final. Harnish and Sabori, 6-3, 6-2 over Gio and Williamson.
What a year they're having.
Unbelievable.
They're
have not
gets.
lost a match.
I was just going to say they're undefeated, right?
Yep.
Wow, that was some athletic point right there. Everyone was torquing their body in all different directions.
And you can see the crowd here that is completely covering up top, looking down on the courts. It's a great setup here, Bobo, where we're kind of down in a little amphitheater feeling, and all on top, starting to fill in with all the players and all the spectators coming in.
Yeah, this Huntington Country Club is an ideal viewing for paddle tennis. Watching from above and behind the court, you can see all of the strategies, the shifting, the positioning so well. I always would tell my players, if you watch from behind the court, from the long side, you can really see, you know, if you're in the right position, and that makes such a difference in this sport.
Again, this Gebbia testing the positioning and placement.
Well, they got a wall up there. There's
Just
some great volleys.
Unbelievable hands. Gebbia's hitting bullets.
She hit like 6 drives in all different spots.
Oh, beautiful
Oh,
placement.
wow.
Total control. That is
Yeah.
not an easy place to hit the
No,
ball.
I think that
High,
hit the nick. Yeah, it hit the crease, right?
high backhand volley, deep in the corner, into the nick. No, here we go. This is the first
Cutter.
cut we've seen.
Wow.
It's a little risky.
Yeah, it just bounced up so high, but she read it well, Gebbia. She was all over it. Oh, she was there. That's good. Good pressure.
They need the second set 5 games to 2. They won the first 7-5.
Nicolescu and Anika, they're playing solid. They're really confident. They're volleying well.
Well, it's back to their speed of play again. Is that they're dictating the play. Again, Anika just taking a little practice serve.
I feel like Gebbia and Delmonico, they're trying to keep the ball low. Put pressure on them.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm saying, like, we were showing streaming, and I was showing on my phone, so I'm not sure what happened. I stopped it and restarted it.
It's Gebbia blitzing on her own return there.
I don't know what would have caused it. Well, I mean, I think it's fans that don't know why.
Long first.
I just restarted it.
Pressure is on the server right now. I want to
Yeah,
close this
yeah.
match out.
They haven't missed many volleys, but I feel like Gebbia and Delmonico are attacking more, keeping the ball low more, trying to lob less.
Low 40. Nice grab by Nicolescu.
They know what they're doing. They're setting up in the I formation, and then she's moving over to cut off that ball down the line. They know exactly where each person is going to go after the serve. Oh.
Same play.
Yep.
Back to deuce.
Yeah, Nicolescu's giving signals behind her back to Anika, telling her what she's doing up there, if she's staying or moving.
Nice get by Gebbia. And that brings us to match point.
What a backhand.
Beautiful shot, right? And that was below the level of the net when Gebbia struck it, and she was able to get it up and dip down.
Yeah, that was an amazing shot.
Oh, back to deuce.
A lot of topspin. Well, confusion there. It's break point, right? Break point here.
See the counter with those volleys again. You can hear the loudness of the drive and the softness of the volley.
She lost that maybe in the sun. They're volleying great, Nicolescu and Anika. They're volleying awesome, and I think it's match point.
Match point number 2. Nice touch by Delmonico, and it's,
wow, that was close.
yeah, that was a touch volley, but I do
Yeah.
think it caught the line. So that's
Yeah.
game, set, match.
Wow, what a volley.
Roxy Anika and Gabby Nicolescu are through to the finals with a 7-5, 6-2 win over Kerry Delmonico and Lauren Gabier, and they will face Florentina Harnish and Anna Maria Zabori tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the women's final. We will be back this afternoon at 4 o'clock with the men's quarterfinals between Borish and Adora playing Bostrom La Paveur and Fraser Morgan playing Araya Parsons. And then following that at 5:30, Hughes Powers playing Rams Wagner and Compton McNerney playing Durant Mitchell. Bobo, fun calling the match?
It was very fun.
Great insight.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nicolescu and Anika, they just played solid. They had their powerful overheads and spins, but they volleyed really well.
Yep.
And I felt like as the match went on, they got more and more comfortable with the pace of play. And it was a great match.
Yep, we'll
You
look
know,
forward to the finals, and that is a wrap. We'll
Thanks
see
for
you.
having me.
We'll see you at 4 o'clock.